morning, everyone. Good morning. I apologize for the lateness. Sometimes in the morning time you have a little bit of, some unforeseen hiccups. But, nonetheless, it's a beautiful day. And I am yet here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Ms. Dietrich. I see you in the building. Dietrich, I told you not to be late yesterday, and I was late today. Isn't that something? All right. So, if y'all ready, just say go. You can not even wait a few minutes, so say ready, just go ahead, and I'll just go ahead and go. Good morning. All right. So today's topic is the question is, why do men pull away? Why do men pull away? Okay, so the quick backdrop to this question is, the lady says, that's a big one for women. It's especially confusing and infuriating for the woman when they had such a great start, great sex, deep, passionate kisses. There was a feeling of simpatico. His attention was on her. Basically, it seemed like their relationship was the start of something permanent. But then, almost without warning, something changed. He was no longer available. He went from chasing and hunting her to being chased. Even when they were together, he didn't look in her eyes anymore. When she would try to press the answer out of him, he would then essentially evaporate altogether, i.e., he became ghost on her. This is what makes us women go crazy. I want to know what happens here. So basically, to some of you all that may not know, what she's asking about is, she's saying, why do men pull away? But the term people use today is called ghosting. It's called ghosting, so you don't know. Well, I think, why do men pull away? Okay, so it's a number of reasons. It could be. Number one, sometimes, like I think the lady asked the question yesterday, she was saying, from what she understands, men know at the moment when they meet the person that they're going to marry them or be with them or this, that, and the other, be with them in this particular way. The other side to that is, a guy could start off strong and liking you, and in some cases, sometimes things happen, and when things happen, or he may gain a different perspective of you, something he didn't see before, or hear before, or experience before with you, it can change his direction altogether. Now, here's the ugly part about it. Now, and this same goes for women. And it can be ugly on both sides. I was telling somebody this the other day, that sometimes, even if a person is attractive, let's just say the guy, he meets the woman and he's like, oh, she's very attractive, and he starts off down this steamy path as she described, with all the passion and kisses and all the other stuff she talked about. Fine, but once this thing occurs, I call it this turn-off moment. Once the turn-off moment occurs, he has a choice. Do I just say I'm not going to deal with her altogether because I know I'm not going to like her for the long haul because she does this particular thing or whatever it is, and it really irritates me, and I don't have it for her? Or does he I should follow the police with See with the Chicago crime today. No, but anyway, does he keep going with her, or does he say, she's cute, she's sexy, whatever it is that drives him physically to her? In some cases, the person may not disconnect right away. They've disconnected here, and their intentions have frozen, but they may not disconnect physically. And that's the part you need to be aware of, because sometimes before the ghosting occurs, something else is happening. You just have to be attentive to see where this is breaking down, because like I said, people cannot want to be with you but still be with you, if you understand that. Other part of it is, in some cases, it's not that. I like to tell y'all the truth. I don't want to sugarcoat it, so I tell you like it is. The other side of a person, quote unquote, backing away or ghosting you or disappearing, whatever, is sometimes it's not that they're ghosting you. It is simply that the person simply went back home. Sometimes some people play long enough, person out of town, gone, working, this, that, and the other, whatever, or in some cases, unfortunately, married, or with woman, with engagement, whatever the case is. And sometimes this day and age we live in, it's easy for people to kind of, on both sides, it's easier to cheat. They always say women were better at cheating than men, but today, it's easier to cheat because technology makes it easier. So people can essentially pretend to have a relationship with you or a dealing, and they already know there's an expiration date attached to it. In their mind, they already know this is only going to go probably but this far, so I'm going to ride it out as far as I can take it. And they go with it, and then the person say, guess what, I know next month me and Keisha going on a cruise, or we going so-and-so and so-and-so, so I ain't going to be able to be talking to Shorty during this particular time anyway, so I might as well go ahead on and just ghost out now. Here's the part that's messed up. As the woman described earlier in the top of the hour, talking about when she was talking about the passionate kisses and all this kind of stuff like that. Yeah, all that was going on, but again, in his mind, he already knew there was an expiration date attached to it, which says it wasn't authentic. The exchange wasn't authentic. It was just moment. It was for the moment. It was opportunistic. The person was attracted to you. They liked you. They saw you, and they were like, "Oh, I'm digging this person." And so you pursue like most people do. Most men, although I always say women want you to be honest with them, but most guys are going to take you on the ride first. They're not going to just come out and say, "Look, I got a woman, but I think you sexy, and I do want this and this and this and this kind of relationship with you. Clear out." Some men may, some don't, because some feel like they don't want to deal with you going with the whole, who you think I am, a thought, and all this, that, and so they play the violin out. They say, let's just play the violin and let's just go through this, and then when it happens, it happens. And so that's another reason. And another reason is this. I'm not gonna put it all on the guys. Sometimes y'all as in women, y'all can drive men crazy. It can be a bad attitude, too much direction pulling in the beginning, trying to pull the guy to do everything you want and see it your way without considering him. It can be a number of things that can be a turnoff to guys. This is being honest. Sometimes it's not just, I think we always put everything on the man. And it's like I said, I was in the conversation yesterday, and I was telling someone, look, why do women always assume that when you are approaching dating or meeting or relationship, that it's always that the woman has to be at danger of being hurt, or he's coming with some games and playing? Guess what? Men may show it differently, but we could be having the same reservations. We're looking at you like, okay, she's cool, I like her, but I don't know, is she serious? Is this, that, and the other? Does she got another dude? Does she do this, that, and the other? And so we are just at times on pins and needles, as you all are, if we are genuinely interested. That's the kicker. If we are genuinely interested. But most of the times, it just depends. But here's something I wanted to add to this, because this is I think will add some clarity to how we do as men and women. I think one of the biggest problems we have in this thing, why sometimes men pull away, is because women have to understand that women are women, men are men. And when I say that, to say women are emotional creatures, men are logical creatures. So if you are trying to pull a man into your emotions with you, you're trying to in turn make him feminine. He's not a woman, he's a man. So when you're like trying to get him to fuss and argue, you want him to kind of match your energy, and that is going to cause an explosion. Because if he's an organic man, he's not going to keep engaging with you in your energy. He's not going to keep trying to match energy with you because you're a woman. So he's not going to try to do women like catty arguing with you. He's a man. He's trying to logically think of a way, how can I give her an answer, shut this down, so we don't have to keep on doing this. Whatever the broken part is, let me logically fix it or come up with a solution so we can move on. Where the woman is left, you just gonna walk away, hold on, wait a minute, and arguing and all this other stuff goes on. And this is where we explode as men and women. Because here's the thing, this is the $1 million gem for the day. In order to win a man, you have to win him at the level of his mind. You can't win him physically down there, emotionally, in your fighting. You have to win a man at the level of his mind. That's just the bottom line. When you can have a pulse on the mind of a man, your finger pulse on the mind of a man, you'll be the most successful woman. Not just physically. So understand this. I say the mind because we're not really built to do all this multitasking and all this kind of stuff like this, like women can do. We're more bam, over here, over there, so and so and so and so. Even if they cheat, we're still like this. So I say that to say, to get a man, you have to get him in the mind. Physically, he can replace you. Physically, he can even replace your cooking. Just find somebody else. There's always somebody that can cook. He can find somebody that's going to do all those favors and things that you think that you do that sets you apart. Anybody can do that, but he's not going to find another person or allow anybody to tap into his mind. So that's why I say the battle of the task of being successful with a man is being successful at the level of his mind. You can't affect his mind and influence his thoughts. You don't really have nothing coming. So then I say, really quick, let me pull it to the side right here. I say, hold on, I had to put something down here. So basically, here's the answer to this. The woman who captures his mind is the woman who holds his time. I repeat, the woman who captures his mind is the woman who holds his time. I wrote some little notes. I wrote, don't try, ladies, you don't win him by trying to force him into your organic energy as you're emotional. He's masculine, he's a man. You must win him at the level of his mind. Men are creatures of logic. That's why we are always trying to figure out something or fix something. It is our native language. He's not a woman, so arguing is not what he desires. Here's another quick part. If you're really calling him a ghost, and you really think that he ghosted you, understand this. If he's a ghost, so follow me on this. Ghost just doesn't hover around one person. Ghosts go around saying boo to everybody. So that means you're saying that this person, basically, you call him a ghost. So in this sense, the ghost is clearly the cheater, because the ghost is not singular to just dealing with you. He's not going to just be sitting around here trying to be like boo to you all day. Boo, no, he's going to say boo, and his little sheet going to blow him right on over there and over here and over there. So sometimes instead of labeling the man as weak, sometimes it's the easy excuse is he's cheating. The hardest excuse is let me examine me and ask myself why this could be happening. Why do I think he walked away? We already know this is a dismissive culture. Today we live in the culture where people will dismiss you in a heartbeat and be done. Block your phone number, do whatever, block you on Insta, Facebook, whatever, and just say they done. And women, you all do this sometimes better than us, because y'all are quick to be out with somebody, have a couple of dates, and then person will say, what happened to that guy Wayne? Girl, I blocked him. Over with, dismissed. That's what happens. And so, but when we as men do it, if we change our mind or change direction, we cheating, we was on some games, we was playing. Yes, in some cases that is the culprit, but not all the time. Sometimes women have to examine themselves and say, what could I have possibly done to have turned this man off or to have redirected his intentions towards me? That's what you have to ask yourself. What did I do or what could I have done to contribute to this? Because I guarantee you, if you soul search long enough, you'll find some blame on your side and potentially on his as well. But we just want to blame because we don't want to look like we're the person who has failed in a particular direction, or we don't have the goods to hold them down. Nobody wants to feel like they can't hold something down. So we quickly shift the blame over to the other side. It can't possibly be me. It has to be you. See, and I can tell you all, let me tell you on this topic, I got to get ready to get out of here, but on this topic, I can talk all day. When I tell you, I have probably been Scooby-Doo in my day, because I'm sure I said many times, because I have a short tolerance. I just kind of do when it comes to, I'm not going to say every time that I did this, it was on just my own volition, because it wasn't. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes I have warned people. I have said, listen, you're doing this. I don't care for this. Communication, you're doing this. I don't care for this. I'm telling you, I'm not just acting this way. I'm telling you, hey, you're doing this. I don't like this. I'm just trying to be peaceful. Anybody that knows me will say you're gonna hear that word several times a day. Peaceful, peaceful. I just want peace, peaceful. I'm not throwing you off or trying to throw a blind curve. I'm letting you know what I like and what I don't. Just like you all will let men know what you like and what you don't. Women will tell you quick, don't be doing this. Y'all communicate real quick what you don't like. So when it comes to that breakdown, look at yourself first before you blame him and wonder why he's walked away. Look at yourself first and say, what could I have done or could have not done to take the steam off of this? Because what she's really saying is, why did he start off steamy with me, real hot and steamy, and then stop? Ask yourself. And here's another thing. This is another thing that just came to bring. A person that can bring the steam, if you get my drift, if they can bring the steam, that's a climate they like to live in. They like to live in a steamy, people just don't offer you steam and then just go off and be cold for the rest of their life. They offer you, they bring the steam. Like any person that you know, that somebody will tell you they're passionate or the sex is good and all these things. Guess what? You can find 10 people in their past that will tell you the same thing, because it's who they are. It's what they could do. So I say that to say, if the steam stops with you, rest assured the steam has not stopped. A locomotive train will stop and let you off at the stop, but it is still chewing. So the point is, you got to communicate and talk to the person and say, why are you, this is hip hop music. Oh, anyway, so the steam is saying, why are you got to ask the person, why are you doing this? You got to say, why are you doing this? And, why are you trying to break something that's working? Ask the person, I think this is working. Am I doing something to contribute? Now, that's a good question. If you can ask a guy that, he may be considerate enough to tell you, listen, you were doing this. I didn't know how to tell you, because a lot of times we don't want to say nothing because we know y'all go bite or scratch our head off if we talk about something where it may implicate you. So sometimes in this day and time we live in, we will simply say, guess what? I'm just going to grab this white sheet, put it over my head, and just blow on off into the night, and I'm not going to deal with all this. We grown folks, and life is too short to live it somewhere that you have to stay in reconsideration mode. If you're not fully persuaded in this hour and this day, you are in the wrong position. You need to be somewhere that you are fully persuaded this is where you want to be. If you're constantly reconsidering, you are unstable, and at any moment that relationship can hit a wall and somebody can be extracted by a third party. Trust it. So, again, check yourself. Okay, sir, here you go. Anyway, so here's the thing. It's this. This is my folks. That's my folks. I'm back in Maryland. Hey, so here's the thing. Have the difficult conversations. Communicate with your person and tell them, listen, I feel like you're pulling away. I feel like you're slipping away, but I like you a lot. So if we can kind of fix this, tell me what I am doing. That's taking the humble approach. And that's the person that's more apt to be like, hey, I appreciate you caring about how I feel about this scenario and hearing my voice as it pertains to you. So as that being said, look, I can rock this. I can work this out. This person cares about what I think. A lot of times that's what people want to know, that you care about the point of misery they may be experiencing with you, that you care to listen, and that you care to offer something to change it. So if that's the case, it can work out, and if you find a person that's workable, it can work out. But before you get to the point of ghost and pulling away and all these things, have the conversation on both sides. But women, I will always tell you, go in with both eyes wide open. Because, and like I said, in some cases, it's not that you're being ghosted. It's not that you are being pulled away. It is simply that it is time to go home. The street lights in his mental world has came on, and subliminally Keisha saying, you better get it in here. And he like, okay, the fun is over. I gotta go home. So again, sometimes it's not that you're being ghosted. Simply, he's going home, back to where he's already committed. And you got to know this up front when you're dealing with the person. Is this a person that seems like they are free, or do they feel like they feel like they are just out here suspended in time? You ain't been to their house. You don't know where they live. A lot of times we out here passionate with people that we only have their cell phone number. You don't know where they work. You don't know what they do. You don't know if they stay on at that boy's couch. You don't know nothing. You only know he's cute. He can crack the back. That's all you know. He's cute. He cracked the back, and that's it. But to any time, at any moment, he can go ahead on and switch that number up, block you, and you are out of the equation. That's why these are things you got to ask yourself. If I'm sleeping with him, do I know where he lives? Do I know what he do? Do I know any of his friends? Do I know this, that, and the other? These are the things that can help you with the ghosting, or help you with that. The ghost stuff come because you allow the ghost to lay down. When you don't know a man, when you don't know where he lives, when you don't know all these things, and all you got is a cell phone number, you are sleeping with a ghost. That's it. You're sleeping with a ghost, because ghosts are empty, just a sheet over them. That's it. So you're sleeping with a ghost if you don't know this information. So you making it easy for him to ghost you, because he didn't have to really bring much into the room. His tool belt still outside in his car. He's just in there physically with you. But all the tools that a man typically uses are left in his truck, the pickup truck, because you didn't require the information. So because you didn't require the information, he's like, I'm going to give it to you just like you want it. Me. You just want me, I'm going to give you me. Forget about all that stuff. So this is what happens when some men pull away. Because rest assured, here's the tip of the day. If you are a woman of substance, that means you are a heavy woman. A man cannot move away. If he's carrying a heavy woman, his steps are going to be real slow. If she's a substance-filled woman, he can't just push her and ghost her because she's carrying a whole lot of weight and she's consuming a lot of space in his life. So, if you're able to be tossed to and fro, it's not that you aren't a person of substance. It's just that he doesn't see you that way. And so is what he, as a man, sees in his mind, is so is it. So if you're not a substance-filled person in his mind, you're just collateral damage. And that's how you got to look at it. And so, like I said, as a quick wrap up, you don't win men physically by your cooking, by your lashes and your nice weave from Charmel's. Anyway, all those things, whatever. All those things are good and they look sexy and cute from the exterior, but that's not how you win a man. You win men here. You get him here, you control all his actions. I don't want to say control, but when I say control, it's you're not going to control people. But what I mean when I say you win him here, his actions becomes more aligned and more in your direction. And that's what you want. You want to communicate with a man in a way that you keep his mind. Keep his mind, he's always thinking about you, considering you, putting you first, all these things. But when you lose him here and you pull him into your feminine energy and you want to get him arguing all the times and trying to make him like a female, you're going to potentially lose him. So, hope I was able to help you guys today. And if you got any more questions, please leave your questions here, and I will answer them when I get settled. But I have to get to work. But anyway, I hope I was able to help somebody out today. And I apologize for my lateness. I had a little bit of an issue going this morning. So you guys have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow morning, same bat time, 8:15. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. Some put away due to a woman having standards. Yeah, that equates to him. If he pulling away because she has standards, that means he ain't getting none. That's what that means. And so they'll date you and hang out with you because, you are a challenge, okay? But that's going to be short-lived, especially if he's getting some out the street somewhere. But anyway, have a great day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, bye.